Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm covering the highly anticipated Part 9, which is titled, While Wife Thought Her Affair Was Going Unnoticed, Husband Was Playing Long Game Preparing for You-Know-What. And I hope, guys, after 2 hours, when I cut you off before, you're done being angry with me, but I had to take a break. So here we go, at where things left off in the lawyer's office. And I guarantee in 20 minutes, when this is done, you're going to be cracking up how this thing turned out. So, continues, says, Emily's lawyer asked me why I felt the need to put a GPS tracker on Emily's car. Remember in Part 1 or Part 2 he did that, which is genius? Well, gee, Mr. Lawyer, why do you think? Because what Emily was up to, you moron. I had taken the VAR out of the car, and I left it out when I got the evidence I needed for Emily's affair. I kept the GPS tracker in the car for the PI and didn't have an opportunity to grab it later. It's run out of charge, I think, and I let the subscription lapse, so the lawyer must have gotten the bright idea to examine Emily's car carefully. Well, don't underestimate her lawyer here. My lawyer interjected and said the car was owned jointly by the both of us, and I was the primary payer on the car note. In other words, he can do whatever he wants. He can put a freaking vibrator on the back of the car. It's his car too. I was concerned about Emily's well-being due to the unusual behavior, and that any and all evidence would be submitted to the court had been legally obtained. Emily's lawyer acknowledged that and then asked me why I informed Bev's husband about her involvement with Emily's affair. How did I know that Bev was involved? Emily's lawyer told my lawyer that he'd like to hear from me. Fortunately, my lawyer coached me about it, and I said that Emily had a history of leaning on Bev for support. Well, every gal out there has that one BFF who knows everything. Good, bad, or ugly. Knows it all. Because, frankly, they can't help gossiping, particularly about affairs. When I saw the sign something was wrong and noticed how Bev acted around me, I put two and two together. Her lawyer nodded like, yeah, that's certainly words that came out of your face and weren't coached at all. Please, Mr. Lawyer, you're coaching your client, Emily. This chick's coaching this guy here. That's the game you all play. Come on. My lawyer told Emily's lawyer that we would need Emily's business financials as part of discovery, and he said they anticipated that and handed over a folder of papers. My lawyer then pulled out a folder of the credit card records and put it on the table and told Emily's side that we know that she had a Visa Infinite card in her name and that was billed to John's wedding venue business. Emily immediately tensed and froze up, wild-eyed. Okay, so they didn't know and didn't anticipate. Her lawyer fucked up, if that's the case. Emily's mom head snapped to stare at her. Emily's lawyer cleared his throat loudly and blinked like 700 times. Well, the lawyer wasn't prepared for this, but here's what's going on. Clearly, Emily hasn't told her lawyer everything. You know, you're in deep shit. You tell your lawyer everything. You're honest. It's like when you're meeting with the tax preparer to file your taxes. You better be honest with your accountant because it can come back to haunt you. My lawyer started reading off hotel charges and dates and asking why those charges and dates coincide with meetings with John in her appointment book. Emily started shaking and stammering. Her lawyer instructed her to be silent. He said that they were not aware of any credit card and they were not notified of this evidence. My lawyer told them that they were notified now and handed them another folder with copies of the credit card records. Man, too bad this isn't being recorded. My lawyer then talked about the charges in December that included this toy store. And by the way, in case you guys forget, he ain't talking about Toys R Us, if there are any Toys R Us's left around anymore. He's talking about a different type of toy store. And asked if she bought me and her family Christmas presents with the card. Emily was breathing heavy and had a nice flop of sweat forming. Not a good look, Emily. Not a good look at all. Her mom said, what? And Emily's lawyer cleared his throat like a magician's assistant who knows the trick is about to fail. My lawyer then asked if Emily recognized the clothes I was wearing and could she point out the card receipts and which charges coincided with them. Emily stood up and looked like she was about to take off. Her lawyer looked annoyed. My lawyer then asked Emily about the $175 charge at the local SCX superstore. And Emily's lawyer sighed heavily and said that he felt that the meeting has stopped being productive. Translation, this is about to go from bad to worse. He's trying to end this thing, get out of there. Simultaneously, Emily's mom looked down at the floor and said, "Oh God," and got up and left the room with her hand over her mouth. Yeah, mother-in-law, your daughter ain't exactly a saint. Knowing my mother-in-law, the "oh God" was more of a prayer than another thing. As in, God, sorry, I can't answer my phone right now, but if you leave a name and number and a brief message. At the same time, the sex superstores mentioned Emily started going crazy and saying she can explain. Okay, by all means, explain. And also saying it's not what I think. Emily Seamus entered the chat. Floating Me just sat there like an ape researcher watching monkeys throw their shit at each other like, yep, this is actually happening. How many eggs do I have left at home? Forgot to count this morning. So I'd taken the Clonopin an hour before the meeting on an empty stomach, and my stomach was now filing for divorce too. I hurried over to the small trash can, picked it up, and vomited into it. Not much came out other than the expensive bottle layer water that I drank earlier. Afterwards, I sat down casually, like, nah, I didn't just vomit into a trash can. You're saying things while Emily was asking if I was sick and if I was okay, but I ignored her. Emily started sobbing and apologizing and asking to speak with me privately, while her lawyer comforted her awkwardly while shushing her and herding her out of the room. Taking the folder and the copy of our offer that my lawyer launched to him, and he was gathering his stuff. His face was the color of a tomato, Floating Me observed. In other words, Emily didn't tell him all these things. He needs to know these things what he's dealing with. No lawyer wants to be blindsided, look like a damn fool. His reputation's on the line, plus lawyers are usually pretty competitive, don't like losing. Yeah, Emily's in trouble. I was still sitting there after the door shut, and my lawyer grabbed Emily's business records and told me that she was right, it would be a short meeting. Floating Me looked at my lawyer silently for a bit and pointed at the vomit trash can. Can we make that part of our offer too? For the first time since I met her, my lawyer started really laughing hard, like stomach-holding laughter. She said she'll mention it. As to our offer, here it is. Okay. Now here's their offer to good old Emily. Number 1, no spousal support. I like that offer. 2, 1 trash can with maybe 2 cups of watery puke in it. 3, no claim to my father's house, obviously. 4, Emily reimburses to me half the charges on John's card, excluding anything that benefited me, which would be around $15,000. 6, no access to my investments or retirement. Goddamn right about that. 7, Emily gives my lawyer a signed affidavit, witness testimony stating that John knew she was married, actively encouraged the affair, tried to influence her decisions, including what to tell me, and then he exploited her emotionally. I assume it's for Lisa's divorce. Yeah, that'll help Lisa. Something tells me this John character is going to get royally screwed. I forget what number we're on. Next one, mutual non-disparagement agreement. He says it's an at-fault divorce, Emily's adultery being a matter of record. As to why we're asking for half the credit card charges, Emily didn't just have an affair. She used another man's money to finance a fantasy marriage with me. She bought me gifts, paid our bills, covered up her affair by playing the role of the generous, successful spouse while the guy she was sleeping with footed the bill. I didn't consent to that. The money wasn't just financial deception, it was emotional and sexual manipulation. She used it to control the narrative, keep me off the scent, and make herself look like the ideal wife while she was cheating. I told you guys this is a good part. It was worth the wait. So now we're not saying John owes me anything. We're saying Emily does because she used that money as a tool of fraud inside the marriage. The issue isn't who paid the card bill. It's who weaponized the money to destroy the marriage and who got played. As to what Emily said about happened on New Year's Eve, it was something I couldn't have guessed. Oh, do tell. Emily said, again, this is according to her, Emily said she actually did go to the Bridezilla's get-together in order to make an appearance. She was invited but not required to be there, like she told me. She met John there because it was John who introduced her to the Bridezilla and got her that gig. John had a business relationship with Bridezilla's dad and was invited as well. John and Emily left the venue separately, but met in the parking lot, and John gave Emily a ride to the hotel because she had been drinking. Oh yes, I'm sure John gave her a ride all right. Instead of going to the hotel, though, John insisted they go to his home instead, despite her protest. Oh, here we go. I didn't want to go. He prodded me into it. She didn't want to antagonize him, so she went along with it, but complained the whole time about getting out of there by 11:30. They went to his place. He FaceTimed his wife. They had very unsatisfying SCX in his marital bed, her words, and she drove him back to the venue where the NYE Bridezilla family was together, which was empty by the time she drove home, having sobered up. So, in other words, blaming all what happened New Year's Eve, the hooking up with that dude, on him. Nope, I didn't want to do it. Don't blame me. Again, the old joke about accountability. It was nauseating, but it's what I needed to hear. I'd assumed they went to the hotel, had you know what, and then again his place. It turns out they skipped the hotel entirely. He drove straight to his house under the guise of needing to FaceTime his wife at midnight. And to defile their marital bed, romantic, right? Well, this will be useful in that douchebag John's wife's actions against him. Well, at least she didn't enjoy herself, right? Right? That makes all the difference. Is it the truth? I don't know. She could tell me the sky is blue, and I would still Google it. After reading it, I gave it to my lawyer and told her she could use it in Lisa's divorce from John if she wanted to. I don't know the legalities of the situation. Remember, this dude's attorney is now Lisa's attorney. Lisa's the wife of John, or soon-to-be ex-wife. So we're now in a holding pattern until they come back with anything regarding our offer or a new offer. If you need me, I'll be throwing up in a monogamated trash can. Divorce is glamorous like that. So, guys, that was the end of what happened yesterday. And then, literally, when I was about ready to go out and start filming these videos, one of you guys, and I appreciate who sent this in, said, hey, there's another update. So there's more to this. He says here, so I just got off the phone with my mother-in-law. Their lawyer has dumped them. Surprise, surprise. Man, you know it's bad when the lawyer, whoosh, that's it, no longer representing you. Oh boy. Their lawyer was basically a family friend who was giving them a good deal. They were trying for a reconciliation. Emily was not forthcoming about how deep in she was. Shocker. My mother-in-law said that before our meeting yesterday, she just knew that it wasn't over between Emily and I, and that Emily was tricked and coerced by the big bad wolf into doing things she'd never do normally. Got the fuck out of here. In other words, my sweet and innocent daughter, who wouldn't harm a fly, it wasn't her choice to do that. Oh, no. That meanie John, because anybody named John's an asshole, that meanie John did that to her. Come on, wake up, lady. After the meeting, she said that the lawyer was kind of cold towards them and said that when they talked to their next lawyer, they needed to tell him everything. He then dropped them as clients. That's awesome. I can't imagine. Women hate uncertainty. I can't imagine the uncertainty storm going across that house right now. He says, adultery subreddit pro tip. Tell your lawyer everything. They know if you're a piece of crap. They don't give a crap if you're a piece of crap as long as your money is legal currency. If they are a good person and you're a piece of crap, they will either not take you on or arrange a legal way to face the consequences with as little negative impact as possible. Emily tried texting me and making lame excuses. She said that early in the relationship, John sent her to a SCX store as an errand to pick up a SCX toy. Oh, for God. Here we go. She's doubling down, blaming it all on him. He made me go to the freaking sex store. Yeah, okay. Really. She wasn't specific about it, and I'm no contact with her, so I didn't ask. She loves me, she said. We have plans. Can I forgive her? I finally broke silence and told her to direct all communication through my attorney and blocked her latest number. Good. You really didn't have to message her, but, you know. My mother-in-law said she looked at the credit card statements and asked Emily about them. Emily was just sobbing and crying and said she didn't want to talk to the mother-in-law about it. Mother-in-law said she can't even look at her right now and asked me, who is this person? Mother-in-law, or soon-to-be ex-mother-in-law, we've always been a good relationship. This is the same person. This is the same daughter of yours I've been telling you has been doing all these things to me. Kindly wake up and see reality. If you got to do some praying to Jesus to help you out, because I know you like to do a lot of praying, whatever. But for goodness sake, accept reality. Your daughter ain't no saint. You need to drag her ass back to fucking church. Put her in the choir. Put her in Sunday school again. I don't care. I told her that she's still her daughter, and I think we both know that she's struggling right now, and she needs to keep a close eye on her. Mother-in-law said that Emily cried late into the early morning and passed out finally. Her mom's like, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to sleep, damn it! She said the father-in-law was shit-talking me for breaking his little girl's heart. Mother-in-law defended me, but didn't tell the father-in-law the truth about his daughter being a sugar baby. For God's sakes. Well, there you go. Tell the father-in-law is hating on this guy telling the story, and he hasn't done anything. Breaking his little girl's heart. Come on here. And they're hiding it from the dad. She says she doesn't know how to have that conversation with him because it will crush him. Trust me, men want to know. Good, bad, or ugly, we want to know, not have this bullshit go on, being lied to and everything. I told her that she and her daughter need to go into therapy and maybe see a medical professional. Then take the father-in-law to the therapist with them and talk about it there. She says they've been talking to a Christian counselor. I asked her if he's trained or does he just read from the Bible, and she said he has training. I told her go see someone who has access to a prescription pad too. Guys, I bet you can see where this is going. Because now the daughter really knows she's up shit creek without a paddle. The next thing typically happens in these stories when it seems like all is lost. Well, let's just say usually the wife or the girlfriend ends up in the hospital. The last-ditch effort to get pity from, I am waiting for it. My lawyer told me if I spoke to anyone from Emily's side to encourage you to write an affidavit about John. I told my lawyer that it's kind of cold to try and get me to help her in Lisa's divorce right now, but my lawyer said the affidavit could help me too. So I told Emily's mom that if Emily wants to get back at John, that she needs to write the affidavit so that Lisa can ASS grape John in her divorce. Oh, you bet your butt that Emily is going to do anything to deflect blame on her and put all on that guy and throw him under the bus. Hey. He says, so I guess we're pretty much stuck until they can find a new lawyer. The end. So there you go, guys. That is the episode as the other one that you guys were waiting for. I hope you got your money's worth there. So I wasn't joking when I said we're going to go on to episode 26. It's going to happen. Probably by June. So, this usually happens about once every 10 days. No, it's going to take into the end of the summer. Probably. But anyhow, there you go. Well, man, I know you've been through hell, but you're a hell. You have made my day. And many people sharing your story. I'm sorry what you're going through. Man, you got a good sense of humor. And this has been entertaining. And a lot of people have learned from this. So I have my predictions where things are going to go. I swear, in a last-ditch effort, somebody's going to end up in the fucking hospital. Trying to get this guy to, but don't fall for it if that happens. And eventually they're going to get another lawyer. And I can't wait to see what the next whole thing is. But, man, going back to the first episode about the whole, their offer of wanting him to do 9 months of couples counseling, maybe live together. Are you kidding me? No freaking way. But I love when they then showed their stuff, all the details. What a funny ending. So this ain't over. So guys, do you like this tale? Give it a thumbs up. Comment below. Definitely keep up. And there's going to be more updates. And if you guys see updates before I do, let me know. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. I just said that already. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.